Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be answering your guys' questions. If you guys do want to have some of your questions answered, it's going to be on the Discord group that we do have. So if you guys do want to join our Discord group, there is going to be a link down below. Once you go on there, accept the invite, and then from there, there's going to be a Ask Kevin tab, and then right there, that is exactly where we're going to put your questions. Anything about like Barcelona or about football news in general, you can ask all of that in the Discord below. So in this video, we are going to be talking about Doug, right, with his question about Jeremy Doku. Then we're also going to be talking about another one regarding Fermin Lopez coming from Mango Boy. And then another one coming from Poseidon the Great, where he speaks about why I want Musiala or floating Wirtz so bad. So I do hope you guys do enjoy this one. So let's get straight to it. Doug did question, I know Barcelona have been eyeing Rashford for this winter transfer window, but I have also heard of Jeremy Doku joining in the future. Do you think he would be a fitting left winger for us, or we should still target Liao or somebody else? Okay, so if you guys do not know what he's talking about, so there was a report that came out 3 days ago that explained that Jeremy Doku is trying to let himself go and go to FC Barcelona, right? He's telling Man City, hey, can you let me go? I want to go to a team like Barcelona because Barcelona is a team that I do like much more. That was the report. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I know this is going to sound like it's going to sound like it sucks, but I honestly think that this whole rumor and this report is not true whatsoever. Like, I really don't think that Doku is trying to offer himself to Barcelona on either a loan move until the end of the season or whatever the report does explain, because it was saying that it should be a loan until the end of the season, or Doku is looking to try to buy his way out to Barcelona. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Like, we are in the winter transfer window. Things are going to be made up, and I just don't think that I don't believe that this is true. But since we are talking about this, let's just say that it is true. That let's just say Doku is saying, I want to go to Barcelona, but maybe in the summer of 2025, or if not, maybe in the summer of 2026. But I for sure do want to move away from Manchester City. So let's just say that is true. Let's just say that ends up becoming an option, because it could always happen, right? Like Liao 2 years ago, we never thought that we were going to be linked to Liao, and now here we are being linked to Liao. Same thing with Nico Williams, same thing with all other left wingers out there in the world of football. We never know what could happen in the world of football. So let's just say that it is possible that Doku in the future says, I want to go to FC Barcelona, or Barcelona wants Doku. Do I believe that Doku is a great left wing option? Well, here's the thing. Let's put out some stats. Doku right now has provided 7 goal contributions in the last 3 matches for Man City, which is really good. He's on form. I think that he's injured right now, but overall he is on form. 3 goals and 4 assists. One of his best matches so far that he has had was against Ipswich. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but yeah, that has probably been one of his best games that recently just happened on January 19th. In that game, he provided 8 touches in the opposition box, 4 duels won, 3 chances created, 3 times possession won, 2 shots on target, 2 take-ons completed, 2 tackles, 1 goal, and 1 assist. It was one of his best games. So if you guys want to go see Doku's performance, one of the best ways you can analyze the players by looking at this game, and go look at Doku versus Ipswich. So these are really good numbers, and I would say that if there was one specialty that Doku has, it is his dribbling. His dribbling is amazing. It says here that Doku currently has 13 goal contributions right now, 6 goals and 7 assists across 14 starts. Really good. And last season, he provided 15 goal contributions, which is 6 goals and 9 assists in 20 starts. So he has the possibility of improving on top of the numbers that he gave out last season. And he definitely took a leap forward this season. If you guys want to have like better ideas on just how he performs, besides in the match against Ipswich, go look at the game against Chelsea away, and the game against Wolves away, or Forest at home, and then the game against Ipswich, which was away, because he is one of the best take-on players in the world, if not the best take-on player in the world. In terms of successful take-ons, he averages 5.11, and in terms of progressive carries, he averages 11.8 per 90 minutes. Again, really good. When Barcelona is in talks about trying to get a left winger, we need a left winger that can progress the ball forward, that is always trying to attack the final third through their dribbling. Rafinha is a really good option right now because he is at the form of his life. I'm not saying that, we need to let go of Rafinha because he does not have the take-on ability. I think that he is playing his own game. Hansi Flick has created this environment where he is able to blossom and really become the best player that he can be. But we do need like another alternative, and because of two reasons. Point number one is because we always need like an extra weapon in case, like the opposition is saying, okay, they're going to be starting with Rafinha on the left, so we know what to expect. But if we have different weapons, they're never going to know what to expect. It's either going to be Doku or Rafinha. And point number two, most importantly, is because of the injury concerns. We just never know when Rafinha might get injured again. We just never know, right? Like with Pedri and Gavi, Rafinha before has been injured, and it wasn't good. He was getting injured like every 3 to 4 months back in the 2022-2023 season. So luckily for us, he has been on form, very consistent, has not gotten injured. I think he got injured like once, but he was only out for like 2 or 3 weeks. But you would just never know in the future. And we do need another backup, because if Rafinha is not at Barcelona tomorrow because of an injury, what does that say for our left wing position? Who is going to be our alternative? And right now, I don't think that we really have a good one. Yes, we have options, but are they good ones? Like Ansu, Ferran Torres? I don't think so. I think that Ferran Torres works much better as a number 9. And I don't want to see him on the left wing position. As for Ansu Fati, he's just not good enough. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Ansu, if you're watching this video, I love you. I love you like a brother. But Hansi Flick is making it very clear that he does not want you there. You have been out of 4 consecutive squad lists, which is really sad. And I pray that you do end up getting to that type of like status and form again, where you're able to score a lot of goals, but it does not look like you'll be able to make it. And I hope that you do, because as a Barcelona fan, dude, like, it's so sad to see somebody like him just tank like that at the age of 21, 22 years old. It's horrible, dude. It's horrible. But going back to Doku, yeah, Doku is that man. Like, he is that guy. That guy is like a physical monster, way better than Liao in terms of successful take-ons, and that's crazy. In comparison, like, right, I want us to have a better idea on who Doku is and how good he is in terms of like dribbling and carrying the ball. If we compare Yamal and Doku on this graph here, you can see that Yamal is exceptional. That guy is just amazing. But on a serious note, Doku does match Yamal in terms of attacking actions, is better than Yamal in terms of carries, and is on par with Yamal in terms of dribbles. Everything else, Yamal is better at, which is crazy because Yamal is just 17 years old. There's a freaking 5-year difference between Doku and Yamal. Yamal is better in key passes, assists, expected goals, and expected assists. And then, yeah, that's basically it, right? The non-penalty goals doesn't really matter much, but everything else, like, bro, like, that's crazy. But Doku is superior in terms of carries, and I would just say a little bit by the attacking actions. And we need somebody like that on the left flank. Can you imagine the amount of carries and dribbles and successful take-ons that would happen on both flanks? It would be freaking amazing. The opposition of any defense that we ever encounter moving forward, they will have such a headache. It would be insane. And I want to show you guys another graph. We can see here Doku all the way on the top right corner, completely separate from every other player when we compare the progressive runs per 90 on the dribbles per 90, right? Dribbles per 90, Doku is all the way on the top right corner, better than everybody else when it comes to these two stats. So yes, like, Barcelona would be so freaking lucky to have somebody like him, and Man City currently are very lucky to have somebody like Doku. It's insane. But here's the thing, like, if we ever come out with the idea of saying, okay, we don't want Liao, we don't want Nico, we're gonna be fine with Rafinha, let's just go for Doku. Dude, Doku has only had 2 seasons with Man City so far, and he has not even finished his 2nd season. So I don't think that Doku is going to leave that early. Okay, so like we explained, right? Last season, 43 matches, 6 goals, 9 assists. Right now, 22 matches, 6 goals, 7 assists. For sure gonna surpass, the stats from last season. But it's only 2 seasons with Man City. Like, he's not gonna leave. I think that he'll need about, I would say, 1 more season after this one for him to even consider that, okay, now it's time for me to go to a different club. Like, I'm not happy here anymore. There's only 1 year left with Pep Guardiola. I just want to go, whatever. You just never know. But I would say 3 seasons minimum for a player to leave. and Doku is on track to complete his second season. So I don't see Doku coming in this summer. He would be very, very ideal. Sportingly, it would make a lot of sense. But there are so many factors and so many reasons why Doku would not come. So I would just say yes on Doku. Do I believe he'll come in the summer? No, I don't think so. So as of now, if Barcelona were to like really want a left winger for this upcoming summer, I would say Leao. Moving on towards the next question coming from Mango Boy. And he said, I remember a while back when your pathetic ass were saying that we should sell Fermín López for 25 million euros. What would you say as of right now, considering how he seems to have found his footing? Also, from your video today, yes, it was us. Okay, Mango Boy, I think that, yes, you're right. You are right that Fermín López is finding his footing. He is performing at a very exceptional level. I'm very happy with Fermín López. I do think that Fermín López should have more continuity. Yes, I did think that he should have been sold for 25 million euros. I think I said that in the summer of 2024, but he has proved everybody wrong, and especially me. Fermín López really is showing that every time he has those minutes, he's able to be very effective, and I want to continue to rely on the player. Does that mean that Barcelona should not sign a versatile left winger, central attacking midfielder type of player like Dani Olmo in the future? No, I think that we should still sign somebody like him, and I still think that we should have Fermín López. Does that make me super selfish and that I just want all the players to myself? No, I think that Fermín López has a spot and he has enough minutes where he can be very happy. And, you know, like, yes, he would be a very good sell for the summer of 2025. Like, I do think that his value is going to rise to around 35 to 40 million euros, which would be a lot of money. But his time is definitely not over at Barcelona. Now that I'm seeing how he performs under Hansi Flick, like, this guy just gives everything every time he's on the pitch. And I just don't see Hansi Flick saying, okay, you gave everything, but I still want you out. I just don't see that. Because, like, Hansi will tell you and he'll let you know if you're not giving 100%, and he'll want you out, like with Ansu Fati. And with Fermín López, like, it's just the exact opposite, and you have to reward that. So, yes, he would be a good sell, but I don't think that he's going to be leaving anymore. I do think that there's still a project with him, because if we calculate our number of 10s, if that makes sense, like the amount of 10s that we have Gavi and Dani Olmo, right? Gavi and Dani Olmo. And yes, we also do have Pablo Torre, but I think he'll leave first before we even think about Fermín López. Pablo Torre is a phenomenal player, great player, but it's not going to be enough for Pablo Torre to be happy, nor do I think that Barcelona will give him enough minutes, because we have a lot of 10s. And so let's keep in mind that Fermín López can play in multiple positions. It's not just in the number 10 role. Fermín López, the reason why I want him and why I still think that there is continuity between Barcelona and Fermín López is because he can play as a 10 and as a left winger and also as a right winger, and really good. Like, really good. He does the job. So I would say that for our definitive 10s moving forward, it would be between Gavi and Dani Olmo, right? If we need like a really real backup plan, when if there was ever like an injury crisis, Pedri can always be there. So like next season, I would like to see Gavi, Dani Olmo, and Gavi, Dani Olmo, and Fermín López as our number 10s, and have them being rotated. I mean, like, bro, we're gonna need that, because like, bro, like, if you ask me, where's Dani Olmo, I will tell you Dani Olmo was injured, right? So Olmo's an injury prone, and we have to just deal with that. We need more 10s, and that's why I do think that Fermín López has a spot. Now, this is what's going to lead me towards the next question, coming from Poseidon the Great. He asked, why do you like Musiala and Wirtz so much when we already have a lot of camps for rotation? So you see how like there's a correlation between the last question, right? And he referenced, we have Pedri, Gavi, Olmo, Fermín López, Pablo Torre, and sometimes Rafinha. And when we need a proper winger for depth like Leao, especially when we compare the quantity and quality of depth in the wing spots compared to the camp spot, like Fati, Ferran, and Pau Victor, you know, it's just not the same. Okay, so yeah, it's true. It really is not the same, bro. Like, it's sad to see like the quality of depth we have on the left wing. But here's the thing. My project for me for next season would look something like this. I want Gavi, Olmo, Fermín López to be our number 10s, right, as our options. And for our left wing position, I would like to see Rafinha and Florian Wirtz or Musiala, whichever one of those two. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Florian Wirtz and Musiala are capable to not only play as number 10s, but they can play on the left wing position really, really good. Like, I'm talking about like just amazing, dude. And I would love to see a Barcelona that has Yamal and Wirtz in it, or Yamal and Musiala in it. That would be freaking beautiful. There are so many reasons in the world for us to try and strive for the signing of either Musiala or Wirtz, because they are the future of Germany. And we have a German coach that understands these two players. They speak the same language. The transition is going to be so easy. And the way that Hansi Flick plays his football at Barcelona is very German-like. And Musiala and Wirtz are going to love that. They're going to love it. It's just how it is. And I can see it coming from a mile away. Like, we are going to be signing more Germans. Like, why do you think Hansi Flick is trying to go for Jonathan Tah, a German center back? It's just how it is. I talked about this before. Like, if we have an Argentinian coach, he's going to want to bring in more Argentinians. If we have an English coach, he's going to want to bring in more English players, like Grealish, like Trent, or whatever. If we have a Spanish coach, more Spanish players. That's just how it is. It's always been like that. You cannot say no. It's always been like that. Always. So with Hansi Flick being here and he's German, he's going to have that bias, but for very good reasons, because Germany is about to go through like a huge like talent explosion. And we in Barcelona have to take advantage of that. Spain is going through the exact same thing, because Spain has never seen a player like Lamine Yamal, like ever. Like when you see somebody like Lamine Yamal, and you did not know their nationality, and you had your you just didn't see it, and you just saw the player and his performance, you would assume that, oh, he has to be Brazilian. Is this guy named Laminho? You know what I'm saying? Laminho, or is it I don't know, Lamini from Argentina? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that this guy is Argentinian, Brazilian. You know, he has that flavor, the spark. He has the sexiness to the way that he does play. But no, he's from Spain. Spain never really had a player like that. So yeah, dude, like, bro, I really do think that having someone like Musiala or Wirtz is very much mandatory, and I would love to see, let's just say, for example, Musiala come and play on the left wing position, and our number 10s are going to be okay. And if we ever go through, like, once again, an injury crisis, which is very much possible, it can always happen, dude, like, okay, then put Musiala on the number 10 position and put back Rafinha on the left wing position. It's beautiful. It's amazing. That is a Barcelona project. No one complains about Man City having Doku and Grealish on the left side. Nobody complains about having Savinho and Silva on the right wing position. Nobody complains about having Phil Foden on top of that. Even though he plays as a left winger, he's out of the left wing position, and now he's playing as a central attacking midfielder. They have infamous depth. So many great players that can play in multiple positions, right? There's like 2 or 3 players in every position. Why can't Barcelona have the same? So it has to be, right? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Like, I see everything. I see how Man City function. I'm like, Barcelona can have that. So why not give Musiala or Wirtz? I don't think it's going to be both. I mean, I would love that, but it has to be one of those 2 players. I would Florian Wirtz on the left wing position. You put Lamine Yamal on the right, and then you have Dani Olmo in the center, bro. Or like Gavi, Yamal, Florian Wirtz, and then, like, let's just say, for example, Casado gets injured, right? Bernal and Gavi at the back, right? Dude, come on. Gavi, Bernal, and then you have Musiala center, Rafinha left wing. You could do so much. When are we ever going to have an injury crisis? When? Tell me. It's not going to happen. So, yes, bro, like, I think that as football does progress, this sport is going to be demanding more of players who are very versatile and dynamic, not just a very one-dimensional type of player. This is the reason why players like Rafinha is so much appreciated, is because he can play on the right wing as a number 10 and as a left winger. Leao can only play as a left winger. He does it really good. I'm not trying to bash Leao, but like, the future of football are players who can play multiple positions. We love Gavi because he plays as a cam. He plays as a defensive midfielder. Same thing with Pedri. We love Pedri because he can play in both positions. They can even play on the left wing position. Both of them. It's crazy. And like, that's just how it is, bro. Like, push Chesney as a striker. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's basically it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.